know, he living in the year 3000
You
already.
started the label yet, Six, for AI?
I don't think so.
I don't see no problem with doing it. Might be
I
a
think
money
that
maker.
is
All the shit that
I,
we never wanted to say, we could do it.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
could do that.
Just put it behind the bot.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be crazy though. I mean, we ain't that far from that shit becoming so commonplace and normal that motherfuckers will be
Oh, it's
looking at you
coming.
crazy.
It's
They'll
there.
look at you
We
crazy
there,
for
but
even one.
it won't hurt to have some rappers
I
from
don't.
Chicago doing it. You know.
I don't think we there yet. The only reason why I say I don't think we there yet is because
Shit.
people still buying tickets to see performances.
No, I ain't
When
worried
people
about
don't
that.
when people start saying fuck them tickets, I just rather just listen to the music and watch videos, and that'll be that. But right now, people still spending fucking rent money to go see motherfuckers perform. So
I don't think that live performances and connecting with a human artist is ever gonna go away. Cause I think it's a level that we just gonna be like, yo, I know all this shit is fake, but how can I even buy into a robot telling me or talking about emotions and all that stuff? I just feel like at a certain level, we're just gonna be kind of like, yeah, that's cool, but I'm gonna use this for this. But
Yeah.
I need art to be art to a degree. I mean, visual art, unfortunately, we going through a thing and got to figure out how it's going to coincide and coexist with this new
the only people that care about art
capability.
are artists, though. The only people that care about art
Oh,
are artists.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
and the thing about it though is we moving further and further away from caring about what artists think. So there's that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like after a while, it won't even fucking matter. It was like shit, nigga. I don't give a fuck how dope you are with your pen. You know what I'm saying? I
I
heard
think
better
at some point
through
you can
this.
take advantage of that and like make the gatherings not tours, but they would kind of be like more so a parties. It would kind of be like a big ass listening party of the best songs or some shit from that AI artist or whatever. But
Well, one thing that I just to go back to Six Mission of Lupe and what he's doing with AI. One thing that I like about the application he's developing is basically a way for a writer, a rapper to write something and then be able to use software to help them improve certain parts of it instead of it being like make me a rap or something. It's more like
Find me an
I
alternate
use
way.
this
Yeah.
word exactly. I use this word here. What are different words I could have used here that still would have rhymed here or whatever, you know, just like
Or
shit like that.
phrases.
And
Rhyme these phrases.
phrases.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it's integrating and infiltrating all levels of society, art, all that shit, I guess you got to figure out ways to use it. But I don't know. I mean, that's shit. Drake don't have to hire all these writers no more. You could just use an AI tool, and because that's essentially what having a group of niggas in the room that rap is like I wrote this or this is what I'm thinking because he can rap and wrote raps probably obviously before he got to this superstar status. You gotta do it to get to the point where people doing it for you or with you. But if he is that, you don't even need them no more. If it's software, it's essentially what the software is going to try to do. Basically, is take the
I think
place
it
of that.
I think it comes down to a couple things. So I think it comes down to like completely understanding what that element brings to your game, and you
Mm-hmm.
know, and kind of find a way to thread that into your workflow because he come from pen and paper. He come from that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He's old enough to
Exactly.
be of that ilk. But like anybody behind him who doesn't necessarily come from that, like let's say the next 10 years, next 5 years, a new rapper is going to be him, that new rapper, and that means that new rapper is going to develop his style and his flow based on whatever's available to him now. So right now, this AI is a thing right now, and about 5 years is going to be even way more advanced. And
Yeah, of course.
the individual is going to already adopt it and integrate it in his workflow and blow everybody else away with how easily he's able to you know what I'm saying create. and it won't necessarily be about the art. It'll just be about mass
Mm-hmm.
production for that artist. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll be able to, like, because I'm very meticulous about the way I write rhymes. I'm meticulous about the way my ear hears sounds and stuff like that. A person who's living in this day and age, I still can't really fuck with a lot of the elements that was invented 15 years ago, mainly because of how simple. I guess because I come from playing keys and shit like that. So motherfuckers got these loop packs. It's no different than throwing the AI in there. It's like, all right, now I need this melody. Can you make a melody out of this using C scale or using A major? Then the AI will generate it. Then you just go make some tweaks to it. Boom, you got your hook. You got this. You got that. Fucking 20 minutes of that is like 3 hours of me working on a song. 5 hours of me working on a song. You know.
But this,
Yeah,
for us, it would be, again, this is where we differ from regular people as artists. That's the part that we enjoy the most, is doing that, the actual
Yeah.
work going in that goes into it. The AI is going to be cool, but I don't want to get to the point where it just becomes laziness, where I don't want to be involved with the meticulous part of the work.
Well, I think that what's gonna end up happening, what's starting to happen, is instead of it being like an artist is turning the artist into a creative director over an AI or a group of AI different applications to get things done, instead of putting their own hands in everything more hands-on because we had to. Because if you're a commercial artist, of course, all these things are more attractive to you because you are using your art to support yourself. So the more that you can produce, the better you can support yourself. So that's why so many artists are adopting it to compete against companies that, they might, before it was like a whole company you had to go against. Now it's like, oh shit, I can now, because now I can just creative direct over all these different automated things, and I'm putting my creativity in 5 different things, and then going, basically, instead of doing everything, it's like you set up it's dominoes set up, and your creativity is pushing these things down, and instead of you having to actually do it, it's just you put it in motion with your creativity, and it's doing the rest.
What's going to happen is no different than when like manufacturing industry start automating all their production lines. You start losing people's jobs. People who actually are valuable in those fields won't be called anymore, and then those people will be competing against you in that same lane. So now you're a creative director. You're the person you would normally hire to play keys. Now he's a creative director,
Yep.
and then that person
Yep.
and then now you got 3,000 motherfuckers doing the exact same thing, and that's going to lower the value of the work.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be
so no one gets paid.
Right, exactly. Exactly. The only ones who will get paid are the ones who own the rights to distribution. It won't be the ones who create no more. It'll just be the ones who, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you can't get on Spotify unless you sign a contract now. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to because essentially that's what you're doing if you're using like these services that these digital distribution services. You sign like a mini contract, but they'll set it up now like, shit, you want to compete against our playlist because we own 33% of this market. You want in on it, you got to sign over the rights to everything that you done creatively directed. You know what I'm saying? Now you might be the sole director and creator of everything you just put out, and you compromising a percentage of your earnings just so you can be featured on these platforms, as opposed to being able to like have a split with these people and and negotiate with their agents so everything will be fair and even. Now you're really now they're tearing you a new asshole, because if you don't make it on that playlist, you don't get heard.
But then
ain't no pressing up CDs.
Man, then take it deeper to what you were saying, the whole like the concept of like, oh, everybody's just creative directing over all these little AIs, whatever. The value of the work becomes less even to the artist, because they know that they didn't even do everything. But to make AI work, you need a creative person to push certain things. So we back to the big
hiring people
getting over again. Like this always come back to that.
And then you think about it, none of us own the AI software or
Oh yeah.
so that means that company is making hand over fist money even more now because more people are paying for subscriptions or service fees just to be able to use their platforms. And then those same AI companies might even become a distributor.
Oh,
It's a big, or they might
oh.
get bought out by the record labels. No different than what Spotify and all these other companies they
Google.
got bought. They got bought. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? What SoundCloud got bought, Bandcamp got bought.
I think what you said originally is more the prone to happen. The AI company gonna turn around and be the one that's buying up everything because
Yeah,
who gonna start making the most money if everybody is now using these platforms to create everything? They're gonna be
unless
the ones
somebody
that's
has
gonna
the foresight to like what Microsoft is doing right now is they're buying up Activision, Blizzard, King. Those are three
Mhm.
three gaming companies under the
Yeah.
same umbrella. They're buying them for $73 million, $73 billion.
Mm-hmm.
That's no different. Like my Activision saw a need that they had, and they saw somebody who could fill that void. They said, you know what, we can't compete with Sony in this way. So what we're going to do is buy up the biggest brand and bring them under us. That's what that. Let's say Universal does that. They buy whoever owns Chat GPT or whatever. They decide, you know what, we see what you guys got over there, and we know you guys are really working hard. Let us help you by financing it. But by financing that, we want so much ownership or full ownership of it. You can still work on it. You can still build on it, but we're going to give you X amount of billions of dollars.
We want
That becomes that,
27%.
and that becomes everything that Universal owns now. So when me and you use it, we're not the fees that we pay to use it go towards Universal Music Group. You know what I'm saying? We're using their tools. You know what I'm saying? So what was once a development kit now becomes a tool that's owned by these companies. I would even venture to say uh like the Pro Tools company. You know what I'm saying? The Auto Tune company. Those are probably bought and owned by fucking record labels too. They probably just haven't. They don't have majority ownership, but they own enough of it where they can just keep on pumping out the software to keep artists working. You know what I'm saying? And then when somebody who don't got no name for themselves pop, then they were like, hey, we checked you out. We like what you got going on. You want to sign this deal? Blah blah blah. Because they done provided the tools to make it happen.
And what if all of this shit is just run by a robot or a program already?
Hey, then that means that
Saying.
we're doing what we meant to be doing.
Yeah. What if they're slowly trying to introduce us to our makers?
Maybe they are. Maybe they say that Satan was the musical angel, right? Lucifer was the
Mm-hmm.
musical angel.
Yeah.
He was the most beautiful, most musical angel, and his ribs were like a fucking harp or some shit like that. Who's to say that all of this by design ain't just being introduced to us because he knows that we subject to the love of music, and it's the best way to manipulate us.
We basically our sound vibrating, so that's
Yeah,
why we respond to
everything.
sounds like that. Mhm.
Yeah,